guys, and welcome back again to Master English Hub, the podcast that helps you build the confidence to use English in any situation. I'm your host, Eve.
And I'm your co-host, Adam. It's great to be here with you all.
Let's be honest, Adam. A hospital visit can be scary, but a hospital visit in a foreign country where you don't know the language, that can feel terrifying. I remember being on holiday in Italy once and getting a terrible stomach bug. Just trying to find the right place to go was stressful enough, let alone thinking about what I was going to say.
Absolutely terrifying. You're already feeling unwell, and then you have to worry about communicating. What do you say when you walk in? How do you even begin to explain your pain? And how are you supposed to understand the doctor's instructions?
Exactly. In this episode, we're going to give you the essential English phrases you need to confidently handle every single step of a hospital visit. We'll follow the entire journey together, from the moment you decide to call a doctor to the moment you pick up your medicine.
By the end of this episode, you'll feel prepared and in control. We're going to break it all down into simple, manageable steps so you know exactly what to say and how to understand the answers you get.
And before we dive in, we'd love your support. If you enjoy learning and practicing English with us, please like this episode, leave us a comment, and subscribe to Master English Hub podcast.
Your likes and comments really help us grow, and they let us know we're helping you feel more confident in real-life English situations. Thank you so much for being part of our community. All right, Eve, let's get started.
Okay, so it all starts with a phone call to book an appointment. I know this can feel intimidating, but it's actually pretty simple with a few key phrases.
So, someone answers the phone. What's the first thing you say?
You can just start with, "Hello, I'd like to make an appointment to see a doctor." It's polite and straight to the point. Why don't you try saying it with us? I'd like to make an appointment to see a doctor.
Simple and effective. And if you've never been to this clinic before, it's helpful to add, "I am a new patient."
Right. The receptionist will probably then ask you a few questions. A really common one is, "What are your symptoms?"
Symptoms is a great vocabulary word. It just means how you're feeling, like a cough, a fever, or a headache. You don't need to be a doctor. Just tell them what you feel in simple words.
For example, you could say, "I have a headache and a fever," or "I've been having bad stomach pain."
Or even, "I have a cough that won't go away."
They might also ask, "How long have you had these symptoms?" You can just answer simply, "For about 3 days," or "Since last Monday."
Finally, they'll look for a time that works. They might say something like, "Dr. Smith has an opening on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Will that work for you?"
And you can confirm with, "Yes, that works. Thank you." A little tip, have your personal information and any insurance details ready to go because they'll almost certainly ask for them.
See? Knowing just a few phrases turns a stressful call into a simple task.
You've made it! You're at the hospital or the clinic. Your next stop is the reception desk. This is where you check in for your appointment.
So, what do you say here?
Walk right up to the desk and say with confidence, "Hello, I have an appointment with Dr. Evans at 10 a.m. Let's say that again. "Hello, I have an appointment with Dr. Evans at 10 a.m.
The receptionist will then probably ask for your name and maybe your date of birth, just to make sure they have the right person. They may also ask for your ID and insurance card. It's a great idea to have these out and ready to show them.
And if you're a new patient, you'll probably have to fill out some forms. The receptionist might say, "I'll need you to fill out these forms." They usually ask for your personal details, your past health problems, and your insurance info.
What if you get to a question you don't understand? That can be stressful.
It is totally okay to ask for help. You can just say, "I'm sorry, I don't understand this question. Could you help me with this form?"
That's a great phrase to know. Once you've checked in and finished the paperwork, the receptionist will probably say, "Please take a seat in the waiting room. The doctor will be with you soon."
The waiting room is exactly what it sounds like, the area where you wait to be called.
Okay, so before you see the doctor, a nurse will often come get you from the waiting room to do a quick first check. They'll lead you to what's called an examination room.
The nurse's job is to get you ready for the doctor. They almost always start by checking your vital signs. This is a very common term.
And it just means they'll check your blood pressure, temperature, pulse, and how you're breathing. The nurse might say things like, "I'm going to check your blood pressure now," or "I just need to take your temperature."
They will also probably ask about your symptoms again and maybe about your health history. Now, pay close attention to this next question. It's very important for your safety. They will ask, "Are you allergic to any medicine?"
This is so important. If you are, you need to tell them. You can say, "Yes, I'm allergic to penicillin." If not, just say, "No, I'm not allergic to anything."
Remember, the nurse is there to help you. They're your first helper, so be as open and honest as you can. They'll write all this down for the doctor.
All right, it's time to talk to the doctor. This is where you need to be as clear as possible. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Your only goal is to be understood.
Exactly. The doctor will probably start with a friendly, open question like, "So, what seems to be the problem?" Or, "What brings you in today?"
This is your moment to explain how you're feeling. This actually reminds me of a really scary experience I had a few years ago with appendicitis. At first, the pain was just kind of near my belly button, and I didn't have the words to describe it. I just kept saying, "My stomach feels weird."
Oh, wow, that's so vague. What happened?
Well, over a few hours, the pain moved to the lower right side of my stomach and became very strong. By the time I got to the emergency room, I was able to say, "I have a sharp, stabbing pain on my right side," instead of just, "My stomach hurts." That clear description made the doctors act much faster. It taught me that knowing the right words to describe your pain is very important.
That's a perfect example. So let's talk about those words. You can start with your main problem. For example, "I've been feeling very dizzy." "I have a sharp pain in my chest," or "My throat is really sore and it hurts when I swallow."
It's very helpful to know a few different words to describe your pain. Eve, how would you describe a sharp pain?
A sharp pain is a sudden, strong pain, like Adam just described. Then there's dull pain, which is a steady ache that doesn't go away.
And throbbing pain, which pulses like a heartbeat. The doctor might ask you to rate your pain. They'll say something like, "On a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is the worst pain you can imagine, how would you rate your pain?" This helps them understand how serious it is.
Be ready for a few other questions like, When did the symptoms start? Does anything make the pain better or worse? Or do you have any other symptoms?
And again, simple and direct answers are perfect. The pain gets worse when I walk. I also have a fever and feel very tired.
After an examination, the doctor will tell you what they think is going on. They might use some medical words that you don't know. It is very important that you ask for help if you feel confused. Your health depends on it. I learned this the hard way after a bad fall while hiking.
What happened?
The doctor looked at my x-ray and said, "It looks like a non-displaced fracture, so we'll just need to immobilize it." I just nodded, but I had no idea what that meant. I felt too shy to ask. Luckily, the nurse could see the confusion on my face and explained that non-displaced meant the bone was cracked but still in the right place, and immobilize just meant I had to keep it still in a splint. From then on, I promised myself I would always ask.
That's where you need to speak up for yourself. Here are some of the most helpful phrases you can learn. My favorite is, "I'm sorry, I don't quite understand." Could you explain that in simpler words?
That's a perfect one. You can also ask, "What does medical word mean?" Or, "Could you please speak a little more slowly?"
And one of the best? Could you write that down for me, please?
After the doctor gives you a diagnosis, which is just the name of your illness, it's your turn to ask questions. Being part of this conversation isn't rude. It's smart and responsible.
Here are some great questions to have ready. So, what is my diagnosis? And what are my treatment options?
Also ask, "Will I need any tests like a blood test or an x-ray?" And, "Does the medicine have any side effects?"
And a really important one? How long will it take for me to feel better? The doctor might tell you that you need a prescription, which is the paper that tells the pharmacy what medicine to give you. And that brings us to our final step.
We're on the home stretch. Your visit often ends at the pharmacy, which is where you go to get your medicine.
When you get to the counter, you can simply say, "I'm here to pick up a prescription for your name." The person who helps you there is called a pharmacist.
The pharmacist will get your medicine ready, but before you walk away, you must be sure you understand how to take it. Don't be shy about asking questions here. It's very important.
Yes! Ask these key questions. How exactly should I take this medicine? How many times a day should I take it? And should I take this with food or on an empty stomach?
And don't forget, are there any side effects I should watch for? The pharmacist will give you instructions, like take 2 pills 3 times a day after you eat.
Make sure you understand completely before you leave. A great way to check is to repeat the instructions back. For example, okay, so just to be clear, I take 2 pills 3 times a day.
And just like that, you have successfully gone through a full hospital visit in English. We've walked through everything from making the appointment and checking in, to talking with the nurse and doctor, and finally, picking up your prescription.
The secret isn't knowing perfect English. It's knowing the right phrases to communicate clearly and feel in control.
Remember, everyone you meet, the doctors, the nurses, the pharmacists, they are all there to help you. It is always okay to say you don't understand and to ask for help.
You now have the tools to take care of your health in any English-speaking country. You never have to feel terrified in that situation again.
If you found this episode helpful, please Leave us a rating and subscribe for more practical English lessons just like this one.
And for your next step, practice is key. Let us know on our social media one new phrase you learned today. We'll see you in the next episode of Master English Hub.